Kittie dans Bang Bang pour cette édition spéciale Hellfest 2025. Encore une fois, merci d'être là en direct pour ce live Twitch et de regarder bien sûr sur YouTube. N'hésitez pas à vous abonner, ça nous fera bien plaisir. Ben, là on arrive à un moment, voilà, on vient de passer Kittie, c'est qu'on va les recevoir et on est quand même plutôt content parce que
très très content de la recevoir.
Parce que voilà, ça représente notre vie, on va leur dire.
Eh ben on va leur dire tout de suite.
Bonjour mesdames.
Oh, bonjour.
How are
Merci.
you?
Good. Thank you for having us.
How do you feel to be here in Paris, in France, sorry, and at the Hellfest?
Yeah, I mean, it's very hot. It feels like hell. Today it's a very warm day, but it's beautiful. This is an amazing festival. It's our first time, and taking in all the sights.
You see everything, it's like Disneyland.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, we love Hellfest. This is the festival in France. And this is metal. So France is not really metal.
I mean, yes, they are. Look.
Very metal, yeah.
So we're so happy to have you here because we are fans, so
Yeah.
That's cool.
we can say that.
We discovered you from the beginning, and the music has a huge impact. It was like when you appeared, it was something like nobody seen before. It was amazing, so refreshing compared to everything was going on, only men's.
Yeah.
And you were there. For us, it was amazing, and we kept listening to you after all these years.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. That means we're all old, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I know I am.
Yeah.
I look old. It's okay.
Moi aussi. I am old too. We all are old.
I wouldn't say that.
But 25 years since the first album, so yeah, it's a long time, right?
Yeah.
So thank you. I mean, it's been fun.
We keep the passion.
Yes.
So how do you do to keep it?
Oh, well, I mean, the break that we took certainly helped to refresh things, I think. We sort of stepped away from music for over 10 years. I think it was 13 years since our previous album. So when you go away for that long and you have the opportunity to sort of see things in a different way, coming back to it, you do things a little differently, you feel a little differently about it. And I don't know, I think it certainly helped to refresh us, to have a whole new take on the music and the band, and just it feels new again. It's like a second chance. So
And the fans certainly help because
Yes.
there's been so much, just an amazing reception and so much energy at the shows. And it's just, you see this whole new crop of kids who are coming to our shows that, half of them weren't even alive when the first album came out. So it's amazing. The energy is really good.
And the music industry is not a really nice place, we know it.
yeah, it can be not nice. Yes.
So after the break, you know how to deal with it, no?
Yeah, well, I mean, it certainly feels a little different. There's a lot more. It feels like there's a lot more acceptance, and I mean, we're having our own renaissance. Like, we're able to play Hellfest for the first time. We're doing a lot of things that we've never done before to crowds that are bigger than we've ever played to. So, it seems like the music industry has embraced us a little more. It's never always a good place. Like, I think there are definitely good people in there, and you just have to find your people.
It's amazing because knowing you'll be there, we were listening back to the first album and listening the lyrics, what the subject you were putting on the table at the time, where it was really out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Nobody was talking about it, and now it's something almost that is getting common to talk about this, about being a female in this environment, and all the question that comes with it, and the problem that can come with it. And I find it amazing that you were talking about this such a long time ago.
Yeah. Many decades ago. Well, I mean, I don't know, like, we can only speak from experience, and as a young woman, just starting out the band, we certainly did encounter a lot of resistance and a lot of things that did help to fuel the rage and the things that we were talking about. And you can only speak from personal experience. I think in moving along with the new album, a lot of the topics are a little bit broader than that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, when you write an album when you're 14, you only have 14 years of experience
Yeah.
of life. You're very young, right? There's
Yeah.
not much, and then you go out and see the world and you get to experience a lot more. So we've kept that anger and that fire going, but we've matured.
Yeah, but do you feel like there's with what's happening right now on the scene, there's way more female artists popping and like being headline and like really strong. Do you feel like you're in a way the origin of this? I just saw Sun. Who was playing on the
Yep.
stage, and she told me she saw some of you on the side of the stage,
Yep.
and she was like so happy, and she told me, I did this because of them, and I think there's a big generation of artists who kind of grow from you at the time.
Which, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. I would never be so presumptuous to say that, like, yes, we single-handedly did that. But I think it is really beautiful that, we did start doing this at an early enough point in, our career that people grew up and were inspired by the risks that we took. You know, there were a lot of risks and things like that, and we did sort of stand apart from a lot of bands at the time because we were women. But like, as time has moved on, the amount of female representation in metal, in music, like the stage that we were just on, like literally every band from the beginning till even now, like Spirit Box is on, all have a woman, either singer or guitar player. Like Sun sings and plays guitar, it's
We're all women, like The Warning.
Yeah, Warning as well. Yeah, like it's really beautiful. But that's every single band, it's really cool.
The road is, comment on dit, encore longue.
The road is still long, but
Yes.
it's getting there.
Yeah,
I think
Finally.
the cool thing too is beyond just the bands. I'm seeing a lot more women in the scene, in the industry, the crew, the stage hands. Like women are doing more producing, more just in general. There's a lot more women representing in the industry. Yeah.
So it's the female representation is a subject that often comes back, and so when you started, there was not much. How did you find the energy? What was your drive to get through this and feel like you could do it?
Well, I mean, very, very early on, we had a very interesting relationship with the media and the press. Like, we had a lot of fans, both women and men, but the press was very unkind to us in a lot of ways. And so there was a lot of that as a motivation to be like, to prove yourself. And it sucks to feel that way. But yeah, like a lot of the motivation was like, yes, we do belong here. Let us show you. Let us prove to you that we belong just as much as everybody else. And yeah, it definitely was a different time. Like the late 90s and early 2000s, was like, I don't know, like what was that? Woodstock 99, like Limp Bizkit, that kind of, just the whole that whole thing was kind of the vibe. It was a bit of a sausage fest.
What can you say to the young people, young girl maybe, but people? It's what do you want to say to them to fight against the bad people?
Yeah, I mean.
Not really fight like this, of course.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I don't see a problem with it. But yeah, like I think it's so important to be true to yourself and not to listen to somebody that may have criticisms about what you are doing. Just stay true to yourself and believe that you can do something and anything is possible. Like we, in our experience, had a lot of people say you can't do this or no, and we were like, too bad, we're gonna do it anyway. So yeah.
You were saying that coming back and now you have like you feel more fans, more bigger venues and everything. So it must be amazing. Did you came back because you were feeling it, or did you came back because you were missing doing this too much? Like, what was the pivoting point that makes you come back?
I mean, it was like a lot of little things.
Yeah.
At first, like the documentary we put out kind of helped to sort of wrap everything up, and that was really going to be like everything that we were going to do for the band and just continue to do legacy projects. But we did get a few really great offers for some shows in the US in like 2022. Yeah. And that was sort of what got us out of retirement. But it really only was supposed to just be a few shows, and then it was like, oh, well, what about this? Or like, what about signing to a record label? And what about a new album? And so I don't know. It was all unplanned, but we're just kind of like along.
Yeah, we didn't really like push for it. It just the offers kept coming, and we were like, okay. I mean, we'll entertain writing an album. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
When the stars are aligned, you're like, okay,
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we'll go for it.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I mean, I think too, we could sense and see like that there were a lot of younger fans. People were asking for the band. They wanted to hear new music. A whole new crop of fans started listening to the band. Songs like from the first album were going viral on TikTok and things like that, and being used in a lot of videos, and like so weird little things like that. We're like, okay, you know, all of the stars align.
There was also this cover by Poppy.
Yes.
I thought that it was really, really good.
It was very cool. An honor that she would, cover the song, and she definitely did her own crazy take on it. It was awesome. I remember when I first heard the song, I cried. I was like, I can't believe that we've come full circle, and now bands want to cover our stuff. And I was like, you know, I wrote this song. It's crazy. It was wild.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was very emotional.
I don't know, how do you deal with the feelings and the emotions, because there's maybe you got too much things happen in yourself. In your brain too.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, sometimes it's good to let it out. Good to have a cry.
We talk a lot about mental health.
Yeah.
Do you learn things about your life and this le travail que vous avez fait your job in the music industry?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's funny. We've had these questions before. Like, is it lonely? Is it lonely to be on tour and things like that? And I don't know. I think mental health obviously is really important. This industry, it takes a lot from you. It takes a lot out of you. It can be very exhausting, and it doesn't often seem like there are ways for people to be supported if they are struggling. You know, it's like it's a very go, and you're always like putting on a show or speaking to people, and you know, it's like whatever might be going on behind the scenes may not always be, you know, what you see, right? But it's super important to, you know, take care of yourself and learn your limits, learn to say no. Like for us with all of what's been going on with the band, you know, like we feel like all of the things that we're doing are very special. We don't want to push ourselves to burn out because we've been there before. You know, we want everything that we do to be curated and special, and just make sure that like we're all still like feeling the fire and happy to do it.
The fact that you step back from it helped you to have a more clear vision of what's going on, what is really important, and what actually doesn't matter. That you could think it matters when you're rushing into it, but when you step back, you're like, okay, no, this is bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's like, is it real life? Is it not real life? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's strange. It's strange, right? Like, because sometimes I feel like real life is just like being at home with your family, right?
This is very different from real life.
Yeah. It's fun though. It's like it's amazing that we have this opportunity is incredible, and we're just gonna take it day by day and just, you know, get through it.
Faut choisir un clip maintenant. Ouais.
The last thing you have to choose a music video that we're gonna hear on the show.
Ooh.
So whatever you want, something that was important for you, something that was meaningful for you.
Okay.
We just
do we each
played
get to
one
pick
of
one?
Whatever.
Okay, let's each pick one.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's a cool video?
It's always hard to.
Winona's Big Brown Beaver.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, nice. Perfect.
Yeah. You're like, I was so influenced by Winona's Big Brown Beaver.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm, you know what? Because we were talking about Poppy Spit. we'll pick that her homage to us. So
Perfect.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
thank you
much.
so much.
Thank
Merci
you for
beaucoup.
everything. Thank you.